My husband Wayne had been chronically ill for many years. In the last 3 years of his life, which he became increasingly debilitated with his many illnesses. We knew that his time was drawing close. His physician told us, both of us, that it was now time to face the facts that, you are dying. Of course, didn't know what to expect. I just wanted to go along with my husband's wishes of being at home where he was comfortable, where his family members could be around him. And so I called my friend at work, who in turn turned me into the hospice program there at NorthBay. They came out and took care of all the needs. Hospital bed was set up in the family room. My family room was large enough to accommodate it, and the sofa was right next to the bed. So his bed would be here, and I could lie down here, and I was there day and night. He'd fall asleep or get semi-conscious, and then he would wake up startled and kind of look for me, but I'd be there. I was so grateful, and I was there when he took his last breath. I couldn't have done it without these, as I call my angels of mercy. They were just absolutely outstanding. The whole department.
Every family has to go through it at one time or another. I was fortunate in that my parents lived pretty ripe old ages. My dad was 92 and my mother was 89 when it happened. So it was old age and maladies that finally caused their deaths. And so we saw it coming, but nevertheless, you're never quite ready for it when it does come. So it was nice to have somebody to lean on. And that's what hospice is. It's a big shoulder to lean on.
The Jubilee in raising the money has enabled the hospice program to reach out further and reach out in a very compassionate way to provide whatever is needed. And the Jubilee has essentially provided half the funds for the hospice program for these many years. We are able to do then twice as much as we could have otherwise.
My job would be to come in and explain to you what hospice is, explain to you, very much my job to explain to you that it's not about dying, it's about quality of life and having the best quality for the rest of your life.
We like to think of it as a patient living to the last day of their life fully, make it much more comfortable to go through the process, and that's through a multifaceted approach, including, of course, the nursing service, chaplaincy service, social work services, my service, and through those different components, support the family and support the patient.
A lot of people prefer to stay home because, number one, everything that's familiar to them is right there. Number two, they are in an environment that's not foreign. Number three, it's quieter, peaceful, more loving.
Bereavement is the process of grieving, and usually it starts before the actual death of the patient. This is a free service for pretty much anyone, Solano County. We've even had some people from other counties that work in Solano County and they can't get to a group in, let's say, Yolo County or somewhere else. NorthBay's allowed them to utilize the hospice bereavement services here, which I think is very generous.
Well, I think the Jubilee is important because hospice is important. And from personal experience, it's helped my family in times of need, in times of darkness, when we called on their services and their support. And it's the kind of thing you hope you'll never have to call upon. But when you do, you come to realize what a benefit it is and what a help it is to families who are dealing with the passing of a loved one. And the support that they lent to the rest of the family is something I don't think I'll ever forget.
NorthBay provides the services and never ever goes back to the family and asks for additional compensation. And that, I think, is a very important part of NorthBay being a member of the community.
But the money from the Wine and Food Jubilee is essential to the continuation of the hospice program and the growth of the hospice program and providing much needed service to the entire Solano community.
I think the hospice is the most wonderful thing. It's my favorite charity. I give to it every year, you know.
And the thing is that most people don't even have a concept of needing hospice or what it is until they have a loved one dying. But the fact that we're able to provide a really high quality service makes such a difference for people when they really need it. So it's awesome to have that support, and at some point it's going to really benefit the people who give.
To the credit of everybody in the community, the people who have bought the tickets and come and enjoyed the event, the people who contributed money, who bid on the auction items, who provided the auction items, and certainly the people who have volunteered to do all the work that's necessary to make the event successful.
It's a worthwhile project, and it's a means to an end, the end being to support hospice. The means being it's a great community party, and it's a place where many people go to see and be seen, and where they're going to see their neighbors and their friends. It's one of the grandest events in Solano County, and it's one that people respond to greatly. They have a good time, and they know that whatever they spend there is going to a great cause. So it's very easy to support that. In fact, people look forward to it. And it's great to gather some friends and go and come home feeling good about yourself and about the hospice program, especially.
This has been a Motion Eclipse Studios production.